It's brand new Judas Priest right here on your classic metal show. That is the Sword of Damocles.
Right.
And are you familiar with the mythology behind the Sword of Damocles, Mr. Aiken?
I have no idea of it.
Well, apparently, and this is something I've always wanted to ask, people who are very steeped in, metal. Why do metal bands always resort to mythological characters in their music?
Yeah, I have no idea.
We've discussed this between you and I about the fact that Icarus is often a subject material for songs.
Sure.
Ronnie James Dio often went with the whole swords and wizard stuff.
Right, dragons. And
yeah. Iron Maiden often refers to mythological stuff in their music.
Right.
But the Sword of Damocles basically talks about a peasant by the name of Damocles.
Okay.
Who basically went to the king and more or less voiced his, envy of the king. Saying, you sit in your throne and you got all this power and you're rich and you got all these things that I don't have.
Okay.
So the king said to Damocles, "Well, trade places with me.
All right.
See if you like it. See what you think."
Okay.
So what the king did was that he had this sword placed over Damocles' head. That was only held in place by the hair of a horsetail.
Okay.
And basically the whole idea there is that even though I'm in a place of power and prominence and riches and whatever, I'm always in the line of fire, as it were.
Okay.
So I'm a target.
Right.
So with great responsibility comes with peril.
Right. And how do you know this?
Well, I've studied philosophy and history and things, but it's just like, well, this guy acts like he's got the sword of Damocles hanging over his head.
Oh, nice. That's where it comes from?
That's a saying, yes.
I literally heard the word Damocles for the first time when the Priest record came.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's kind of an old. It's like he has the patience of Job. Are you familiar with that?
That I'm familiar with. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you were a theology student,
yeah, right? So
Job went through a lot of physical pain and peril,
right,
with his patience with God,
right.
Well, the same thing with being the sword of Damocles, that, okay, I'm in the position of a king and I'm enjoying the riches and the wealth of being a king, but I'm also the target of, peril should something go wrong.
Right. Okay.
So basically what it boils down to is risk for reward.
Right. Sure.
And that's what that's all about.
That's cool. Yeah. As far as history goes, I mean, you know me, I am a history guy. But it has to be history that's on TV. Seriously. I even like World War I barely know anything about it. Why? Because there's not a lot of video of it.
Right.
But World War II, I can tell you anything. And, and any of the new stuff, 9/11 or, Gulf War I, Gulf War II, I watched every minute of it on TV. So, I became expert level on that kind of stuff. But, man, if there's no TV of it, if it's in a book, didn't happen as far as I'm concerned.
Not going to read it.
Nope. Bible, yeah, whatever. I studied it when I was a kid. Now I'm probably don't remember shit, but
sure.
It's just the way it is.
Well, I would like to talk. Well, I think that's what I'm going to keep on the back burner. If and when we get to talk to Rob.
Okay.
To find out why it is, be it a Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, these classic metal bands.
Yeah.
What is it about mythological character stories, whatever? Why does that make such a good metal song?
Right. And who's the one in the band that's versed on that is what I'm going to assume it's Halford. But I mean, I don't think all five guys in Judas Priest are versed in 14th century history. Do you?
I don't think so.
can't imagine it.
But regardless of that, oftentimes these metal bands key in on these mythological figures.
Yeah.
And they make a song about it.
Sure. I would just like to know, like that, like Sword of Damocles as an example. I guarantee you when that theme was brought into a songwriting thing, 4 of the 5 guys were like, what are you fucking talking about? Never heard of that shit.
Right.
You know, and that would be my follow-up question to Halford is how do you bring that stuff in and, you know, and explain to your bandmates, well, you know, I want to talk about 13th century Rome or whatever. You know, because, I mean, you got to think as a band, people are like, dude, really? 13th century Rome? How does that work?
Well,
that's your mic.
Well, they brought in Nostradamus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's another mythological guy or guy from history.
Right.
That, you know, let's do Nostradamus.
Yeah. Well,
let's do the Sword of Damocles. Let's do Icarus. Let's do, you know, whatever.
You would think after Nostradamus, everything would be modern day. There'd be a song called Obama, Biden. You know, there wouldn't be any songs from history after that fucking debacle.
Right. So it makes me wonder, why do these style bands key in on that type of stuff?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Just interesting.
It is.
Well, I wanted to go one of 2 directions here.
All right.
And I'll give you your choice.
Okay.
You had sent over the new Tracy Guns.
Yes.
League of Gentlemen.
Yep.
And then I have a news story, or music news related story, I should say.
Okay.
That kind of caught my interest or piqued my interest.
About Tracy Guns? Or
No. Just a music news story where Matt Sorum, formerly of Guns N' Roses and The Cult and Velvet Revolver, and he's criticizing Ted Nugent.
Right. I'll go that direction.
Okay.
I honestly, not that I'm sure the League of Gentlemen is a great record, but I honestly have not listened to even 1 second of it. I literally just sent you the email.
Yeah, I just downloaded the link, so I haven't heard it, so I thought maybe, you know, we could explore it together.
We can. Sure. I mean, either way, I mean, I'm sure we're both going to like it.
Well, it ranked very high in my end of year choices last year.
Sure. I liked it too.
I think it was in my top 5.
Yeah, I liked it. Dude, I love that whole retro sound is hot right now.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of good bands doing that shit now. Have you heard Blues Pills yet?
No.
That's like Janis Joplin.
Oh, so it's late 60s, early 70s stuff, much like this League of Gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly. It's there's a bunch of bands right now that are doing that sort of a sound. Blues Pills, League of Gentlemen, Rival Sons. Just a lot of good ones that are out there right now doing that thing.
All right, well, let's do this story real quick.
Okay.
And we'll jump into, some of that.
All right.
Apparently, you know, Ted Nugent is no stranger to controversy.
No, he's definitely not.
I'm going to be on the record as saying that I have read and heard Ted Nugent speak.
Okay.
And I don't disagree with much of what he says.
Okay.
I don't find what he says or his viewpoint to be that out of control or that far out of, at least in my world, you know, just this guy's a fucking nut. This guy's crazy.
Right.
I see what he says. I hear what he says.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, yeah, you make some pretty good points there, but it never strikes me as, man, this guy is off the charts. He's out of control.
Sure.
Doesn't strike me that way. But if you're of a liberal mindset, I suppose it would probably go against your grain a little bit.
Right.
Perhaps. I don't know. But anyway, Matt Sorum, drummer, has slammed. I love that word. Slammed. Is that having an opposing point of view, so you're slamming them?
I guess so.
All right. Matt Sorum has slammed Ted Nugent over the legendary rocker's known love of hunting, calling Nugent a sick individual.
Right.
All right. I'm going to say from my point of view where hunting is concerned, never been a fan. Never been a hunter myself.
Yeah, I've never done it, but I don't hunting, fishing, all that stuff. Not my speed.
Yeah, I have gone hunting, but it's only for the more or less the camaraderie of it. And for me personally, just raising up a rifle and blowing away an animal just for the shits and giggles of it, not my thing.
Yeah, I have no problem with it though. Go ahead. If you want.
I don't have a problem with it either.
Yeah,
but I am not for somebody just going out there with a gun and just blowing away animals for no apparent reason.
If they want to come and get some of these deer off my street, come on.
Well, I'm all for calling the herd, as it were.
Right.
If you got an overpopulation of certain animals or species,
right,
as a humanitarian thing, because of the availability of food and the destruction to the surrounding area, sometimes it's necessary to where you have to thin the herd a little bit.
Right.
But just to go out on a weekend just for shits and giggles, just so you could blow away an animal, not my thing.
Could we maybe, though, start thinning that herd with Jennifer?
Well, I'm not talking about hunting humans here.
Well, that might be a good place to start, though. And can you verify that that's human?
Well, that all goes into the whole thing of what is the term for getting rid of human undesirables? Not euthanasia, but there's one where that you more or less get rid of the lesser of the intelligent species.
Is that euthanasia?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, and I'll tell a story about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Because of all the documentaries that I've been watching.
Sure.
But anyway, let's get back to Matt Sorum and Ted Nugent.
Okay.
Earlier today, the former Guns N' Roses drummer took to Twitter.
Okay.
This is what amazes me, that these guys don't have anything better to do than to Twitter their feelings about something.
Right. I don't like him. Tweet, tweet.
Exactly. like we talked earlier in the show about getting involved with Twitter ourselves.
Right.
But mine is, hey, the show's coming on. Hey, the guests are so-and-so. Tune in, give it a listen. Hey, check out the segment, whatever. But it's just like, you know what? That President Obama, I hate him and he sucks. I don't get that.
Yeah, not really.
It's just like, so what? All right, big deal. I don't get that part.
Right.
But some people feel that their opinion needs to be shared with the masses.
Yeah, well, it does. They're very important, like Matt Sorum.
Yes, yeah, I don't get that. I just don't care.
Right.
And I will make a vow to you who do follow me on Twitter, CMS Neely. I'm not going to go, hey, check out my steak. Speaking of which, and I know I'm veering off the story.
That's fine.
I follow a guy, and I guess he's a nice enough guy. I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
He's got a show called Metal Moment Podcast.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy. He's like in Japan or something.
Wherever he is. I think he's on the West Coast.
Yeah. But isn't he Japanese or something?
Yeah. He's Japanese.
Yeah.
This guy Twitters constantly. And he always shows his food.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just like 2 minutes ago, he sent a Twitter pic of a chicken on a grill.
Oh, I'm going to have to go look at that.
And it's just like, why?
I need to go look.
Really?
No.
A chicken on a grill. And he's got a hashtag food of the moment.
Oh, good.
What is it with people and their freaking food?
There's a lot of these foodies out there, man.
It's just, I don't get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are into their food, though.
Look at my steak. Oh, look at my margarita. Oh, look at my salad.
All right, now I will take pictures of drinks. Come on, that's important.
I don't get it.
I do drinks often.
I don't get it. I just don't. I mean, it's just like, all right, good for you. whatever.
See, you're not dorky like the rest of us, though.
But that's just dumb.
Yeah, but people care. They want to know.
Really? Do they really care?
They do. They like to comment. Dude, if I post pictures of me with alcohol or something, I always get comments. Every time.
Man, rock and roll. Woo! Booze it up. Woo! Party.
Well, that's it. People just throw their two. Like, I took a picture of yesterday. I felt like drinking at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So I took a picture of a bottle of whiskey.
Fireball, right?
Yeah. And I literally posted something about is it too early to start drinking or something like that. And I had a bunch of people post on that.
Well, see,
comments.
See, and again, I'm not trying to blow my own horn or yours.
Yeah.
But you are somewhat of a celebrity.
Yeah,
you know, you are. But you're not the average dude out there. Oh, look at my bottle of Fireball. I think I'm going to start drinking. It's only 10 in the morning, you know.
There's that.
You're sort of a celebrity. You're an author. You're a radio guy. You're kind of known, so you sort of have a fan base, as it were.
Right.
And people kind of live vicariously through your experience. Hey, listen, I'm interviewing Judas Priest today. Oh, cool. I love the new record. Oh, it sucks.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I get that. But for the average person, and this doesn't, and again, I'm not trying to elevate yourself or me above anybody, but when you become kind of known, you sort of become a focal point.
Right.
But for the average guy out there, it's just like, all right, here's my burger at Phil's Pub. It's great. Enjoy that.
Right.
Look at the caramelized onions on that. Must be great. Tasty. It's like, okay.
By the way, not to veer off of your veer off, but do you see that picture that Phil Ooze just put in the chat?
Yes.
Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit.
He loves the racist shit.
Oh my God. Grand Theft Auto Somalia.
Right. It's so great.
Wow. That's really good. All right, go ahead.
So anyway, I'm down with the Twitter as informational stuff.
Sure.
But not for the, hey, look at where I'm at. Look, I'm looking at a sunset.
Yeah, the sunset ones I don't get.
It's just like, hey, check out the snow. We got 2 foot last night.
Right.
All right, great.
Right.
And I don't get that.